The master has failed more times than the beginner has even tried. Those who understand that failure and rejection are a natural part of learning and growing are the ones who make it, both in life and in dating. And when it comes to the ladies, Sigma males do it best. Their natural traits and tendencies give them an edge over all the other 5 personality archetypes. Even the dominant alpha can't keep up with the Sigma's charm. Welcome to Viral Brain, where we focus on the psychology of different personalities. Make sure to like and subscribe so you can be notified whenever we release new content. These are 8 Sigma male strengths and how to use them to score well with the ladies, and significantly decrease the probability of getting rejected. Number 1. Sigmas are happy single. You're more likely to find a Sigma male single than in a relationship. It doesn't come from an antisocial mentality or commitment issues, it's the fact that they're hyper-aware of the responsibilities that come with being in a relationship. Think about it. It's cheaper and more efficient to live alone, travel alone. A partner can be the greatest source of happiness and fulfillment in life, but they can also take way too much time. How to play that to your strength, you ask? People want what they can't have, my friend. If you're happy single, say it. Don't be afraid you'll lose your chances with her because she'll think you're not interested. If anything, it'll make her even more persistent to get close to you, and make a rejection far less likely to happen. Women reject the easy men who are chasing after them. But those who seem indifferent or don't really care about being in a relationship, those are the ones they're after. Avoid saying that you're lonely, that you haven't been in a relationship for a long time and that you're looking for one, or anything of that sort. You're just chilling your way through life. If someone who's a really good fit to be your life partner crosses your path, great. If not, no problem. This air of nonchalance gives Sigmas mysterious and unattainable vibes that drive women crazy. Embrace your Sigma self and be genuinely happy single, and watch women fight over you. Number 2. Sigma males will leave if they lose interest. A Sigma male values his time and himself. If an interaction with a girl is no longer interesting or stimulating, he'll just end it. Or at best, if he doesn't want to hurt her, he will stop putting in the effort and it will eventually die out. Well, why is this attractive? Because the ladies know it. They instinctively know they have to keep him interested. They always try to add value to the relationship one way or the other. They come up with new date ideas and suggest new things to try out together, which keeps the relationship thrilling and steamy, which in turn keeps a Sigma interested. So don't be afraid to leave her on scene for a few hours or even a couple of days if she replies with something cold like cool or haha. Let her know from day one that if she doesn't put at least as much effort as you are to make this interesting, you're gonna walk out. If you make her believe that, she's hooked. Also, this'll give you an edge with other women. If you build up a reputation around yourself that you lose interest fast and that you're not afraid to leave after a couple of boring dates, many women will want to be the one who finally pinned you down and made you stay. And of course, this will smooth the way for when you approach her, she'll be extremely unlikely to reject you. Number 3. Sigmas value their time and resources above everyone and everything else. So value your time. Stick to this Sigma rule. Don't make exceptions by taking out of your sleep time or being late for work because you're texting a girl. Say things like, "Oh, it's 11. I gotta go to bed because I have work early tomorrow." And don't respond if she calls you during work hours. Avoid at all costs saying things like, "I skipped school just for you," or "I'm gonna call in sick to spend time with you." She's not gonna think you're interested, she's gonna think you're a psycho, especially if you're just starting out. Respect your time and she will respect it too. More importantly, when you do have the time to spend with her, that's when she's gonna feel extra special. Because she knows you're a busy man and you ain't screwing around, but you still made time for her. Another thing is, never give something for nothing. You value your resources, remember? If she asks you a personal question or asks for help with something, tell her you'll only do it if she gives you something in return. It could be as small as a kiss on the cheek or dinner on Saturday. but make sure she knows that every time she gets something, she'll be giving something in return. This will make sure the relationship progresses in the right direction and keep you out of the friend zone, which is, of course, a kind way of rejection. Number 4. Sigmas are naturally mysterious. People are curious, and females more than males. Unlike alphas who try to impress women by dominating the room, whether by cracking a joke as loud as they can, or talking about themselves positively, or just communicating their dominance through attitude and body language, Sigmas don't do any of that. They don't appreciate themselves either, and they certainly don't allow the domination of the alpha to cloud them. They're just there, silent but prominent. This mysterious vibe drives the ladies crazy, because generally speaking, women are interested in men, and they can easily tell that when it comes to a Sigma, there's definitely more to him than what meets the eye. Use this to your advantage. Be very slow with sharing personal information. Keep the first few conversations general, about your date or about other people or events. Your best strategy is to casually reveal a tiny piece of very interesting information about yourself every so often. Let me give you an example to clarify. You happen to be a basketball pro, or a mathematical genius, or you've been to cool places, or whatever. You want to take the conversation gradually to this topic, and casually mention something like, "Oh, I actually made it to the basketball national team a couple years ago," or this feels exactly like Copenhagen. I stayed there for a few days in my trip across Europe." Short, simple, casual. It doesn't reveal too much, so you don't sound like you're bragging, but it definitely piques her interest and leaves her wanting more. Number 5. Sigmas are brutally honest. People lie to make themselves look better, to hide a mistake or a failure they've made, or to protect someone's feelings and spare their pain. Sigmas don't really care about any of these things, so they just don't have a reason to lie, and you need to stick to that rule. Don't even sugarcoat stuff to make it sound better. Tell it like it is. If she sends you a picture from an ugly angle with frizzy hair as soon as she wakes up, don't tell her you still look gorgeous. Tell her what you really think. You look like my grandma if she was 20 years old and electrocuted. Trust me, women love that, because it gives them reassurance that this guy isn't playing around. Avoid fake and vague compliments. Don't lie about your intentions, and be clear and straight to the point. This way, when you give her a compliment, she'll know it's sincere and meaningful. Number 6. Sigma males are perceptive. They've spent hours and hours silent in a room full of talking people. They learn to observe, study, and make conclusions, and this gives them an unmatched ability in reading people. You know that famous PMS phrase women say, "If you cared enough, you'd know what's up"? Yeah, Sigma males know what's up. So use that to your strength. Pay attention to little details she reveals, and try to put one and one together to make conclusions about her personality. And when you come to a conclusion, tell her. Something like, "When you told me about your relationship with your family, I couldn't help but notice that you always put other people first. You seem a bit like a people pleaser. Am I right?" If you paid enough attention, you should be right. And this kind of statement will immediately make her feel like you understand her. This is how you go from trying to start a conversation at a bar to her saying, "Wow, this guy really gets it." Notice everything she says and does, and even her accent and what she's wearing. Collect a few pieces of information and arrive at a conclusion, then make a comment stating that conclusion. This can turn the direction of an interaction from casual and fun to romantic and personal in the blink of an eye. Number 7. Sigmas have strongly defined preferences. They don't like something or someone just because everyone likes it. They look within themselves to find what they truly enjoy in life, and they're not afraid to embrace it. So they have different tastes in music, food, art, places, and pretty much everything. Make sure to express that to her. Don't be embarrassed if you love some underground artist or an unpopular band, and definitely don't say you like something just because she likes it. Don't get me wrong, you can like something mainstream, but because you experienced it and you truly enjoyed it, not because of the fact that it's mainstream. This gives you a unique individuality and makes you come across as someone who knows what he likes and what he doesn't, something irresistible to the ladies. Number 8. Sigmas compete only with themselves. While alpha males are super competitive because they always want to prove to the pack that they're better than everyone and establish themselves as the alpha in the hierarchy, sigmas don't really care. In fact, they often let their friends or colleagues win a game or take credit for something if it's gonna make them happy, because they just don't think it has any significance. So avoid being competitive with her. If she says she's good at something, you don't have to say you're better, even if you are. If she expresses her feelings, simply state that you understand or that you can relate in some way. You don't have to tell a story in which you felt it, but more intensely. Something like, "Oh, you're sad because you stubbed your toe? I broke my leg." You're supposed to be the man in the relationship, so act like it, and don't compete with your partner. Thanks for watching!